Hello guys, Crispy and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing the legendary GTX 750 Ti from 2014 in Horizon Zero Dawn. And I really think that the 750 Ti is just, it just can't handle this game. But that's only what I think. Of course, it might surprise us. It definitely has done so in the past, so I certainly hope that's the case. We're of course running the latest drivers from Nvidia 451.67, which are optimized for Horizon Zero Dawn, and this one is actually a stock version of the card. That's why these overclocks over here might seem a little bit too high for you guys, but as you can see right there, it's only running at 1326 megahertz. As always, I'm running it with the Ryzen 7 3700X and 16 gigs of RAM. Now of course the 3700X is a very strong CPU that's not really meant to be paired with the 750 Ti, but you will get the same FPS, I believe, with something like a 4th gen i5, because this game, first of all, it doesn't really require more than 4 threads to be ran well, and second of all, well, the GTX 750 Ti just doesn't really have the horsepower right now to run it properly. So yeah, okay, anyways, 1080p, as you can see right there. I'm just gonna set this to 60 hertz. I don't even know why it was at 50, but okay, low settings across the board. I can't really, okay, let's disable this one, and I can actually disable this one as well. All right then, I didn't know that. So okay, we're doing some improvements here in our settings. Alright, let's see if at 100% resolution scale and 1080p resolution the game is actually playable. So, oh my gosh, I thought the game looked okay at low settings, but now without shadows, it just doesn't look okay. It does look really bad. But you know what? We might actually see a lot of stuttering in just a little bit, because this game is just really hungry for VRAM, and we only got 2 gigabytes in the GTX 750 Ti. But yeah, as long as it doesn't stutter and it stays like this, I guess it's not as bad as what I was expecting, guys. You know, this is certainly a lot better. Like, I was expecting 20 FPS, maybe like 15 FPS with stuttering with the GTX 750 Ti at 1080p, and at least it's not stuttering, guys, and we're getting 25 here on average at least, so that's amazing. Of course, I wouldn't call this a playable experience, but I bet most of you with lower end hardware already have gone through a game or played through a game with these low FPS, like 25, and it might actually be playable for you. So I don't know, as long as the game doesn't stutter, I guess it's playable above 20 for people with really low end rigs and that are used to really low FPS. But of course, we do have 16 gigs of RAM. If we didn't have it, the game would just not really be playable. If we had like 8 gigs, we'd be over the RAM limit, and of course the game would start stuttering like hell. It wouldn't be playable whatsoever, not in terms of FPS, but in terms of frame time stability. So you know what? I haven't seen a major stutter yet. I'm quite surprised right now. And I guess if you do have 12 gigs of RAM, you should be fine. It's very close though. We're running at 11 gigabytes right now, and of course Windows also needs a little bit of RAM to run. The 750 Ti once again managed to surprise me here at 1080p, guys. So I did play Bad Company 2 back in the days at 640 by 480 with like 20-25 FPS, and I played the entire campaign through, but I was 14 at the time, I believe, so I didn't really know what PC gaming was like and the FPS and stuff like that. So I guess this is just not a very good experience unless you're 12 or 14 years old. You don't know any better. Alright, 1600 by 900, everything on the minimum settings, of course, and it's actually getting closer to 30, guys. I am quite impressed at the little GTX 750 Ti, my friends. This is not what I expected whatsoever. I think I expected around these FPS that we're getting right now, but at 720p instead of 900p. Quite a surprise and a very pleasant one, my friends. I guess if it was playable for some people at 1080p, it is playable for more people now at 900p, above like 25 FPS, which usually and in normal gaming conditions, and in videos where I test modern GPUs and stuff like that, I would say this is completely unplayable. But you know what? It might not be. Just, you gotta expand your horizons, my friends. Oh my gosh. Alright, guys. So, of course, you can't really aim very well with 20-something FPS. It's not as bad as I thought, actually. At least the game doesn't have, like, any input lag or anything like that. It might be doable, but to be honest, who the heck is gonna spend 50 euros on this game to play at 20-something FPS? I don't know, man. Maybe you will buy it on sale or whatever. I guess for 15 bucks, I would go through the experience here with the 750 Ti at 720p at least. But for 50 euros, you're better off just selling your 750 Ti and buying like a used RX 570 or RX 470. Yeah, it's a desperate situation right now. You really gotta lower your resolution and settings if you want to make the latest and greatest games playable on the GTX 750 Ti. A couple of years ago, it wasn't that way. You could actually play games on medium sometimes, and even at 720p medium they would run very well, like Battlefield 5 for example. But games these days aren't really the most well optimized things in the world, and of course they are more demanding because, well, they're newer games. Obviously they have more things crammed into them, and yeah, actually this game came out in 2017 on consoles, so it could run a little bit better. I don't know. I'll give you that, guys. So it actually manages to hit 30 FPS at times without the rain, but mostly it's kind of the same here. I think the rain hits the FPS the most at like high settings, so not as much on low. What the? Okay, hello buddy, how you doing? Yeah, it drops to the mid-20s very often. It's not the worst experience, of course. We're gonna see the worst experience with the GT 710 in a few days, my friends. But today, yep, 750 Ti is just... it's okay. 720p right now, 100% render scale. Of course, we're also going to be testing it at maybe 360p, which is 50% of 720. I don't know, depending on how it does here. And it seems like if it was raining, we'd probably lose 1 or 2 FPS and be below 30, but it isn't raining right now, so I guess it's going to be playable. It's probably still going to drop into the 20s sometimes, but if you really want an average above 30 FPS, I guess you could do it like this. Yeah, it's not that bad. I'm kind of surprised that the game isn't really using more RAM. I was expecting like 15 gigabytes of RAM utilization here with the 750 Ti, but that's just because we're not using medium or high settings. In those settings, the VRAM utilization actually goes up to like 5 or 7 gigabytes depending on the settings that you use. And of course, as the GTX 750 Ti only has 2 gigabytes, it would need to offload those textures and stuff like that to the RAM, so that's why I was expecting 15 gigabytes of RAM utilization. But no, it seems like on the low settings, at least lowest settings, even with the shadows disabled and stuff like that, it's okay. It's not too bad. It's not a VRAM hog. It does still probably run at around like 4 point something gigabytes of VRAM, but you know, the textures do look good. I'll give you that. Even at 720p, you can see that the textures aren't really too bad. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 textures are way worse than these. But at the same time, guys, low settings are supposed to be low, and they are supposed to run on 4 gig cards at least, so maybe lower resolution textures on the low settings isn't really a bad idea in this game. So if the developers somehow watch this video, please make that happen. I know it might be hard to do so, obviously, but yeah, it's just something that will improve the life and the experience of many PC gamers out there. So please just fix that, okay? PC gaming is life. Although I wouldn't really recommend you to play at 720p with these settings because the game looks pretty bad, and this is a very beautiful game, god damn it. On higher settings, it's doable, you know? It still manages to impress here. the 6-year-old budget card can still play Horizon Zero Dawn. Not without its issues, of course, but it can play it. God damn it, just stop a cut. Jesus, this is so hard, my friends, right now with these frames. Okay, we managed to do that. So if I did that, you can also do that. Just be sure to play this game on the easiest difficulty. 50% of 720p. So this is 360p in... Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, yep, of course we're gonna try to make it look worse than this with the GT 710, so keep tuned in for that. But if you absolutely want to get the highest FPS possible with the GTX 750 Ti, well, you can rest assured that your GPU is gonna play this game at 40 something FPS. It's just not very seeable, I would say. You can't really see that well, okay guys? So I definitely don't recommend this. This is just for fun. Obviously, my monitor blinked. Maybe it's not liking the 360p resolution. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Okay, anyways, maybe it's the overclocks that are too high. I don't know. But that's enough for the video, my friends. Thank you so much for watching this. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Keep tuned in for the GT 710 video. Again, I will be testing that, of course, at even lower resolutions if we can. And I don't think that one's gonna be playable even at like 144p or 72p if I manage to lower that much. So I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, my friends, I love you all. Look at these lens flares, they still look good at this resolution. Bye-bye.